Hello friends, welcome to Dreamweaver Crocheting with Love. In today's tutorial, I am going to teach you how to crochet this little top hat. It's quite easy to do and it's a beginner friendly tutorial since I'll be using just single crochets to work this hat. Moreover, when you make such cute hats, you can add on your little amigurumi dolls as I've done over here, and this will make your amigurumis very much cuter. So without any further delay, let's get into the tutorial. Now let's see what all materials we need in order to crochet this little top hat. A 3mm crochet hook. I've taken this 4-ply cotton yarn in brick red color. You can go for any type and color of yarn as per your choice. A stitch marker and scissors. So let's begin. First make a magic circle. And into this magic circle, we'll be working 8 single crochets. Once you're done with 8 single crochets, pull the tail of the magic circle so as to close it. And since we'll be working in rounds, we need not work any slip stitches. So for the second round, insert your hook into the first stitch. And into this stitch, we will be working an increase. That is 2 single crochets into the same stitch. Now using the marker, mark the first stitch of the round. The sequence of this round is very simple. We'll be working 2 single crochets into each of the stitches till the end of the round. Now since for the first round we have worked 8 single crochets, so by the end of the second round we'll be having 16 single crochets. So just continue with this sequence. Here I come towards the end of the second round. Now for the third round, remove the stitch marker and into the marked stitch work 1 single crochet. Mark the first stitch. Going into the next stitch, work an increase, that is 2 single crochet into the same stitch. So the sequence of this round is to work 1 single crochet into the first stitch, followed by 2 single crochet into the next stitch. So continue with this pattern till the end of the round. And by the end of this round, you'll be having 24 single crochets. So here I come towards the end of third round, and the third round was the last round of increases. In the fourth round, we won't be working any increases. We need to just work 1 single crochet into each of the stitches. But these single crochets will be worked on back loop. So insert your hook into the back loop of the stitch in this way and work 1 single crochet. Mark the first stitch of the round. Going into the next stitch, on the back loop, work a single crochet. So this is a sequence that we'll be following in the fourth round, working 1 single crochet per stitch on the back loop. In the fifth round, we need to narrow down this portion a little bit. So we'll be working decreases in the fifth round. And the sequence that we'll be following is to work 3 single crochets into the first 3 stitches. Now let's mark the first stitch. So I've worked 3 single crochets, and into the next 2 stitches work a decrease. So going into the next 2 stitches, we'll be working a reduction stitch. So I worked a single crochet reduction stitch. Again, work 3 single crochets. Followed by a reduction stitch into the next 2 stitches. Now I will be repeating this for 2 more times. So here I have repeated the sequence for 4 times in total. Now I have 4 stitches left. So going into each of the stitches, work 1 single crochet. So after working 4 decreases, I have in total 20 single crochets after the completion of 5th round. Now for the 6th round, remove the marker and into the mark stitch work 1 single crochet. Mark the first stitch of the round. And the sequence of this round is to work 1 single crochet into each of the stitch. So by the end of the 6th round, we will be having 20 single crochets. So the 5th round was the only round of decreases. We will not be working any decreases in the further rounds. So once I am done with the 6th round, I shall get back. So now for the next 6 rounds, that is from round 7 to round 12, we will be repeating the sequence of round 6, that is working 1 single crochet into each of the stitches. So removing the marker, work the first stitch of the 7th round. Put the stitch marker and going into each of the stitches, work 1 single crochet. So just continue with this sequence till you have reached round 12. So this is how our hat looks after working the 12th row. Now we shall work few rounds of increases so as to create the brim of this hat. So in the 13th round, we will be working with increases. So going into the first 2 stitches, work 1 single crochet each. Now let's mark the first single crochet of this round. Into the 3rd stitch, work an increase. That is, you will be working 2 single crochets into the same stitch. Now this sequence needs to be repeated for 6 times. So just continue with it. Working 2 single crochets into the first 2 stitches, followed by an increase into the 3rd stitch. So as I mentioned, I repeated the sequence for 6 times and I have still 2 more stitches left. So going into these 2 stitches, work 1 single crochet each. So that completes the 13th round, and by the end of the 13th round, the total number of single crochets are 26. Now we shall work one more round of increases. So for the 14th round, the sequence is to work 1 single crochet into the first 3 stitches. Mark the first stitch of the round, followed by an increase into the 4th stitch. Now this sequence will be repeated for 6 times in total. So just continue with the sequence. So I have repeated the sequence for 6 times, and as before I have 2 stitches left. So going into each of the stitches, work 1 single crochet. So by the end of the 14th round, the total number of single crochets are 32. Now I'll be working with the last round, that is the 15th round. And the sequence of this round is to work one single crochet per stitch. So after the completion of 15th round, I have worked a slip stitch and cut the yarn. Also I have weaved in all the loose ends on the inner side. Now we shall shape up the hat. So for that, we will be curling up the brim portion in this way over the sides. And for the front and back, just pull it downwards like this. So that completes our small top hat tutorial for your amigurumi dolls. So I hope you found it really very useful and interesting too. In case of any queries, please let me know through comments. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful day.